All right, I guess I will call this meeting of the Fredonia Planning Commission to order Monday, January 5th. Our first order of business is Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Administrator Jenkins, would you take the roll, please?
Of course. Chairman Lenz.
Yep.
Commissioner Barta. Commissioner Buvid.
Here.
Commissioner Frank. Commissioner Redmond.
Yes.
Commissioner Wyland.
Yes.
And Commissioner Winker. We have a quorum.
All right, the next item on the agenda is public comments. Please note that public comments are limited to 5 minutes per person. All right. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda approving the minutes of the November 3rd, 2025 Planning Commission meeting. Take a look through them, see if you have any disagreements with them.
I motion to approve.
Motion to approve. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any last comments? No? All right, I'll put the question. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All those abstaining? All right. Items for action and or discussion. A motion to approve KMC siding project. Administrator Jenkins, want to fill us in?
Sure. Per our village ordinances, any time that a commercial or industrial applicant or business wants to update the facade of their business, it requires Planning Commission review. Specifically, you guys are doing a lot of the site plan review and the architectural review that previously the Architectural Control Board was doing when it was in existence. So we've asked the applicant, Zach here, to give you a lowdown on what it looks like. You have that in your packet, and he's also here. Maybe you can go through just what the design will look like when it's all done. Sure.
So if you look at your elevation, front elevation, this is the elevation that we would be improving the aesthetic sign. The lower 8-foot section would be legal blue metal panels. Those panels would go horizontal and would match the current KMC blue and metal. Above that 8-foot line above the windows, we would transition to the identical panel that's on the building right now. Metal panel, once again, in the vertical application. However, the color of that panel would change from the current color now to a dash gray. Pretty much.
And they were just doing the one side.
Just the
Just the front.
Yeah.
The front of the building?
west.
The gray coloration, is it also part of the KMC color scheme, or is that just?
It is, it's more in line with the M and the C. It's a lighter wood gray.
I wanted to make it seem like I was paying attention. Any discussion? Do we have a motion to approve the KMC siding project?
I make a motion to approve the EMC siding project as presented.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any final debate, discussion? I'll put the question. All those in favor of approving the KMC siding project, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Are there any abstaining? Approved. All right, and then the next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action on the rezoning of parcel number 0905, the number there. This is the property at 415 Fredonia Avenue, owned by Hannah Cholip, but zoned business rather than residential. Administrator Jenkins, have you got anything to throw in there?
Sure. I know I promised you guys that I would not come back. I apologize. Our attorney recommended I come back one more time, mainly because we have unfinished business, and just to get some feedback from you all. So where we last left off, I'd let you know we were going to be doing a second inspection. We performed that second inspection, the results of which are in your packet. I gave you some definitions in the packet as well regards to what B1 district zoning requires and what it asks of the zoning. It talks about accessory uses, again, that the residency should be subordinate to the primary use of the building. And so first off, I'm just going to make sure that we're getting a correct feel from you all that based off of the inspection that occurred and, you know, roughly the 10% usage of the property as a office space, that you all are in concurrence with myself that this does not seem like the residential piece is subordinate to the primary use of the property. If we agree on that, that's really all the guidance that I need to then move forward with the village board. The second piece of this is, I know we've kind of forgot about what kind of brought us here, but there is an official request to rezone the property. And so we need an action on that. So if it's just going to be to deny, that we at least need that action to happen from the plan commission. And that way this item is done with you all, and then we can move on to the next step.
Is there any discussion or debate about the fact that the house is not, the location does not seem to be being used primarily as a business with the residence as a subordinate element?
Guess just for clarity and to kind of review,
Yep.
Zoning change, I know was to residential, combining those two parcels, correct? Or was it-
That was the original ask. And then if you remember, we sent her back to split the property some new way, and then we never got that site plan either. But correct. At the end of the day, the zoning would have been some sort of residential use.
Well, there's the question. There's two different parcels there. They're both zoned business, B1?
Right now, yeah.
The request for rezoning is for both parcels then, or just?
That was the original request. And then I believe we sent her home with the idea of doing maybe half and half.
But
right?
they didn't,
Yeah.
they didn't follow through on that aspect of that. So does that mean that this rezoning request is still applying to the entire parcel, the two parcels?
Correct.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's.
Yeah. And just because you deny doesn't mean she couldn't come back with that new site plan and we can go through this all over again. So again, I'm sorry. Yep.
Go with them,
The Marshall.
yeah. Expected.
Mhm.
So. That was. When we had the first pictures, that was like their living room, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the layout is kind of you walk in through the main door and then in a sense there's two living rooms. I'd say probably more of a dining area to the right and then a living room to the left. So the area that you're looking at here is formerly the dining room that she has turned into a home office. And we did, just so you know, we did get pretty in the weeds with our attorney saying, well, how do we know what's an accessory use and what's not? How do I know that 10% of the building isn't the primary use of that business, right? And our attorney really just advised that it's kind of just common sense. If you walk in there and you're like, hey, a majority of this house is a home, well, then guess what? The primary use is a home. And so I just want to make sure that you guys agree with that interpretation. And it's not just me as a zoning administrator saying that.
Did she know you were coming?
Yeah, she let us in.
Okay. Isn't there the chance that she could move all the furniture back?
Yep, that is a possibility, certainly.
Okay.
So I think the first item the first half of this is, do we agree that the property is currently primarily a residence with a secondary use as an office? Or that it is primarily a business with a secondary use of a residence? The former? Okay, I have one form. Everyone?
Oh my God.
Okay, Anne?
I agree.
Jake? All right, I think the the
Great.
board concurs, we're all in agreement that it is not being used as a business, it's being used as a residence.
Sounds good.
All right. The
I have
sec-
a question. Did anybody look to see if something like this has happened in the surrounding communities before and what they did to resolve?
Yeah, there's case law. I mean, I don't know about exact surrounding communities, but there's case law in Wisconsin that our attorney shared with us. But it's This
Okay,
is a
so
little
the
bit-
attorney did.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But those examples typically are like, somebody is living in the back of their pizza shop, right? And they've got into arguments with their municipality of like, well, how come I can't live here? And what makes it a residence versus a business?
Okay.
And this is a little unique again,
Yeah.
because it's arguably it's a house, right? It looks like a
Right.
house, walks like a house, talks like a house. But it's in a commercial zoning, and she's just living in it the way that she feels that she needs to. So
It is unfortunate that the property was separated from the salon that it was originally a part
Yeah.
of, because living in the building and having the salon as your business would be perfectly acceptable.
Mhm.
But when those two parcels were separated, it left this, I don't know, wart in the middle of our commercial area.
but again, I think Commissioner Wyland brought up last time that
There's a bar there. People who own the bar.
Sure.
lived in that.
yeah, so like but even the property itself, just because there's a house there now, doesn't mean there always will be, right? Somebody could buy the property, demo the house and make it a commercial lot.
It's true.
So, and that's what that overlining zoning is meant for.
All right, so there's agreement that it is being used as a residence, not as a business. The second item had to do with the request for rezoning. In this case, the rezoning would apply to both the parcel that the house is on and the L-shaped parcel around it. The request is for it to be rezoned to residential. And the problem with that is that that small area of our village is intended to be a commercial district. And if we have a residential property in the middle of it, that starts to break up the commercial feel and the business aspect of the region. So is there discussion on whether or not to approve or reject the rezoning request? Crickets.
We have such a small business area for our downtown. I feel like we'd be losing valuable property that could be business instead of residential.
Agreed. And as Administrator Jenkins did point out, Ms. Cholet could come back with a renewed proposal for rezoning just the house, while the larger piece of property that kind of surrounds it could be left largely business. I think it would have to be rezoned a bit more. That part of the parcel for the house would have to be extended into that L-shaped portion to make it large enough to, that's another point. The parcel that the house is on is not large enough to be a residential property by itself. There's not enough land there. Am I correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, a question, if she does get the house, rezoned as residential instead of commercial, can she still have chickens? And if she does get it,
If it's residential, then yes, we allow chickens.
And we have chickens downtown.
But to President Lenz's point, that wouldn't work unless she grabs some of the land of the abutting property she owns.
So more of the territory downtown would become residential.
yeah.
This is a hard one. It really is. Do we have a motion to approve or do we have a motion to reject? If we have no motions, does it just carry over to the next time we meet, or?
I mean, it can die for lack of action, but I prefer if you just nail this coffin and be done.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could let it die a painful death, or we could end it one way or the
Or are
other.
we allowed to think about it until the next meeting? I mean, and then give you a definitive answer?
You
Because
can.
I'm thinking, boy, to answer on the fly tonight without any deep thought. Unless you guys have your minds made up.
I mean, I've been up on this for a while, so I mean, I have my opinion, but if the board, if the Board of Commissioners wants a little more time, I'm perfectly willing to give you until next month. You know, we can meet in February and come to a decision at the time if that's the opinion of the board.
But we didn't have a meeting last month. Like
No.
the
Correct.
one before, we talked about it
Yes, we
pretty
did.
extensively, which I don't.
But at the time, they hadn't done their inspection, although, you know, the results of that kind of went the way I thought they would go.
And I think kind of the question here too is obviously if we're looking at the zoning change as it is right now, I don't think we're looking to, at least my opinion, I don't wanna make anybody else's. That that whole lot being essentially residential is not what we wanna see.
No.
Given there are other options for her yet potentially pursue, but as this zoning change has been presented, I don't think we wanna see that whole lot become residential, even if we did give her some sort of option down the road to portion off a
Right.
part of
Yeah.
that.
So we're in agreement then? Do we make a motion on this that we will reject the rezoning request?
I don't force anybody to do this, but
Well,
I would make a motion to deny the zoning change as presented.
we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Seconded.
Seconded. Any final discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Are there any abstaining? All right. That takes care of that. Is there any
Tough one.
correspondence? Administrator Jenkins.
Not quite correspondence, but I did want to share just quick little updates here. We've seen, I don't want to call it a spike, but we've seen a spike of housing development for our little village, which is pretty exciting.
Yes.
So if you noticed on North Milwaukee, we have one lot that's getting constructed. We have another lot just north of it that got sold. On the northeast side, where there's more lots up there on Deer Meadow, that one is almost under contract with Hillcrest. And then we have condos that we just got the site plans for last week. So again, while that's only 4 homes, that's a lot more than we've been seeing the last how many years? So that's certainly exciting. And then as the president knows, I'll be going to the village board here this month to talk about a housing incentive program. The gist of it is that will offset the residential permit fees by a certain amount. As long as we see that there's a discount on either the lot sale or the new construction costs to the new resident that's coming in. So again, it's just a little carrot out there to incentivize housing in the village. Hillcrest is aware of it. They're pretty excited about the program. They think it'll help generate some interest. And all that to be said, as much as I've given kind of Hillcrest crap over the years, I appreciate that they've been doing their due diligence as of late. We're planning on entering into some sort of developers agreement with them now that they're seeing some movement, which again will lock them into timelines and lots getting built and all that good stuff that we want to see. So I just want to give you that positive news that we're starting 2026 on a good note.
Awesome.
I do have one question
Yeah.
because unfortunately my neighbors know I'm on.
I'll do it.
But they're knocking on my door. Cause I saw the Deer Meadow, they were moving dirt for quite a while. And they wanted to know if it was for sure residential and not apartments going up. And I'm like,
No apartments.
I'm like,
No.
I don't even think.
No, it's townhouses basically,
Yeah, it's like-
condominiums. So you got,
Yeah.
yeah.
We need condominiums.
Oh, yeah.
Village of Fredonia needs, so.
Yeah.
But
So
no, it's not gonna be apartments.
Yeah, I would say that's zoned that way all along the east side of Deer Meadow, with the west side being
Right.
residential or single family.
As far as I know, there are no apartments. going
No,
up.
it's all single family housing there, even if you've got condos where you got 2 families
Right.
side by side.
Yep.
Take condos. Residents.
Yeah.
Apartment,
But,
so.
you know, I mean, some people would argue, well, now you're getting more people. Well, Yeah, more people is good, so.
Cool. That's what I got.
That's all you got. All right, well. Any items for future consideration?
Did have someone email me regarding that track, right, like that racetrack going on, but I believe.
Oh,
that-
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I believe it's strictly the town of Fredonia that.
Yeah,
deals
there's
with it.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah, nothing to do with
Okay,
us.
Just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
bring it up, so.
Yeah, a perfectly legitimate question, but yes,
Yeah.
that's town of Fredonia. It's right at the northern edge of the town of Fredonia.
I think you had looked it up. The site from the village is what, how many miles away?
6 miles from us, so, you know, I mean, on a really quiet night, we might hear it. But 57 is probably gonna be louder for most part, so. All right, motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, wait. All those in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Sorry, didn't mean to go off half top to adjourn it before
We
we.
have enough signatures